So I'm not gonna wait for a minute before I get into the conversation because I am tired, and in Afrikaans they say ek is baie moeg, and that's how I feel right now. Um, Guys, can you guys tell me like what could be the cause of deep? Do you see sunken eye bags, sunken and dark eye bags? Because I have never experienced this before, and I don't know what the reason is. Um, and I'm anxious about it because Ghana sunken eye bags can come and never leave. So, yeah, I'm gonna get into the conversation without further ado. So, the power of the tongue is the topic for today. And hi, my name is Dipuka Moleboke, known on this platform as Barbs, because Barbara is my first name, but I prefer to be called Dipuka because it is a better representation of the woman of my dreams. So, you see, guys, we've been working on that so much that we've hit it now. What you think? So, the topic for today is the woman of my dreams. Oh, sorry, is the power of the tongue. And I decided to talk about this, my partner and I decided to talk about this because it hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday that a couple of things that I have talked about in my life, I have been able to manifest. And I realized in that moment that if I can manifest good things, then it must mean that I'm also able to manifest bad things. And I think that needs me to sit on it for a little bit, not here, but like by myself, following this live and think about how many bad things I've manifested in my life. So you hear a lot of people, um, not even you hear, but I think for us as humans, like generally, we think that people who wake up every morning and say, I am rich, oh my God, I am rich, oh my God, this, I'm so excited for the 1 million pula that's about to hit my account. You think these people are delusional. Why would I do that? It is so um, beyond the possibilities um, of yeah, it's so beyond what is the English? It's so impossible um, to you that you just think, why would I wake up and say something like that? You know what I'm saying? So I understand why people don't do it. I understand why there are very few people who actually do it. How I'm so grateful for the amount of exposure I've got to experience this year, not only physically, but even online. I've just been able to experience, and when I say experience, I mean rather be exposed to people from different backgrounds, different success stories, and it has really shifted my understanding of success, or um, yeah, it has really shifted my understanding of success. So I went there so much that I can't even remember where I was coming from. So so I was talking about people who wake up every morning and say like the wildest. I don't know if I can even call them affirmations, but let's just call them affirmations, declarations as well. Declare the craziest things because they believe so much in the power of the tongue. And you exposure. I was talking about exposure, and you get exposed to a few people or these people who will tell you about how they did this for a couple of years, and a few years later, boom, those millions that they talked about are now sitting pretty in the account. And I think the difference between those people and us is not only the thing about the power of the tongue, but it's the other difference is that other people are not afraid to look stupid. Um, Now that's number two. Number three is that some people are consistent in the process. You would be like, okay, I'm gonna do this for 5 days or so, and then you end up falling off because you're just like, nah, this is not coming fast enough. I'm not gonna continue doing this. And what I find most interesting is that some of the things that I've been able to manifest, I did them quite consistently, and a lot of the times I did them quite consistently as a joke, and then boom, I was able to manifest them. And um, I guess that's what Mark Manson talks about in his book. Um, he talks about how in life you shouldn't try. Just do things and don't be overly fixated with the result, or don't be overly fixated with the success. Just do things. Don't try. Don't try too hard. Don't obsess over things resulting in a certain result. Just do it and do it consistently and take your mind off of it. He always says that the difference between people who are successful and other people is that some people are overly, depends though, some people are overly obsessed with the idea of succeeding. Some people just do things and then boom, oh my god, like oh, I can't believe that worked. So back to what I was saying about me. There are quite a few things that I've been able to manifest in this life where I just treated it as a joke, or I randomly used to talk about as a joke. So I remember I used to, there was this meme, right? I'm not going to say exactly what this meme says because I'm not trying to get in trouble, but this meme used to say, and this is in reference to a job I used to have. This meme used to say, I'm so broke, it's like I work at XXX. And I shared that meme like how many times? I shared that meme like I think monthly because I thought it was so funny. Like every time I was broke, I would share that meme, and I just generally found that meme so funny. So sometimes I just share it and just like laugh. And this was me on my WhatsApp. So upon reflection, a couple of days ago, I realized, do you know that you had a job at this place? And it's so funny because you used to joke about how you're so broke, it's like you work at this place. It's like in the same industry, but it's not the same company. So when I was thinking about it yesterday, it blew my mind because it's like, and the pay or the salary at that place is low, which means you could literally change that company name and put that company name, and you could say you're so broke. It's like you work at XXS. X. I know you're struggling to follow, but I know you get me. Like I said, it's a company I used to work for. Not recently though, so please don't try and put two and two together because you're not going to win. So, or maybe you are, and kudos to your investigative journalism or whatever. So, earlier I was actually talking about how I've never manifested anything negative. I mean, not never, but there's not one that comes immediately to mind, but this is one of them. Actually, I think the reason why I was confused is because it was such a great thing, though, in my head that I was able to manifest a job that was kind of my dream job, but also was frustrating because of the thing that I mentioned about the salary not being the best. So, anyway, just the fact that I would post about this thing as often as I would was so crazy to me. No, I mean it then coming to be in the way it came to be is so crazy to me. You really manifest things, and that's why they say you need to be careful about the things that you say because it will happen for you. If you declare that you're so broke every other day, um, that you're rubbing coins together, that you ain't got no food, you never have food, you never have this, you never have this, um, or say it in a jokingly. Kind of the problem with social media right now is that everything is a joke. So um, in my language, motho kare ke tshwanne kare ke bereka ko sennanne, and that could easily be turned into a meme, and Nadi Puga would share that every other day, and I won't know it, but after a few years, I'll randomly find myself working in a company that's similar to that company that I used to declare as a joke. That's what we're trying to like um bring together here. That's what we're trying to conclude here, is that the tongue is so powerful, man. I've seen it for myself, that you have to be really careful about the things that you say, even when you think you're joking. Like I said, it hit me like a ton of bricks in my face. Like, this thing that you've been joking about so much ended up not exactly that you work at that place that you used to joke about, but you work at a similar place and you as broke as you used to joke about. Man, damn. So manifestation can work in different ways. It's not only about the tongue. It's like you could look at something so often and jiggy jiggy, you are in a place similar to that thing that you used to look at. Like, for instance, in January, February, March, in early April, we did an event called Worship in the Garden, and I was one of the teammates organizing. I was a part of the organizing team, right? And we had these tags that we were given, and they said media. Like, yeah, I was overseeing that. So I remember I was given a bunch of their tags, and for some reason, I kept the media tag that I was given, and I decided to put it over my rear view mirror. You know how people dangle things over the neck of the rear view mirror. So I decided to do that, and I don't know why I did it. I just, for some reason, just did that, and I've kept it there since April. And it's interesting to me that April, May, June, July. It's interesting to me that 2, 3 months later, I ended up getting a job working within media journalism, radio journalism. And that's one of the things I thought about yesterday when I was thinking about this other thing, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, man. That manifestation is actually so real. That starting yesterday, I've decided to say the wildest things to myself. Like, when I say wild, I mean like things that I hope to achieve next year. If not, like I said, sorry, not next year, because remember what I said at the beginning of the video, that you just gotta do things and just like park it in your head. Like, don't bank on it happening anytime soon. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Just say things like you're a millionaire. You're gonna clear your Foschini account debt. You're gonna clear your Foschini account debt. You're gonna get that dream car that you want, the VW, the purple one. Man, I love that car so much. You're gonna fly to New York, Italy, eat all of the most beautiful food around the world, go to summits, go to fellowships, and win some fellowships, um, go to be invited to speak at various engagements around the world. All of that is within my reach, because I'm talking about me here, not you. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about today, is that, man, we gotta be careful about the things that we say. I think we just like to say things and think that they're jokes, but maybe the things that you've been saying as a joke, especially because of social media, are the reason why you're so behind in life. Maybe, just maybe. Um, Man, that hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. Like, it really hit me in the face. I think we mustn't only think about manifestation as well. I've been able to manifest all of these amazing things by putting um, I've been able to manifest all of these amazing things by putting those Canva designed vision boards on my phone. What about the things that you've been able to manifest because of the things that you've said that are negative? Yeesh, man. You ain't never gonna hear me say that I'm so broke, or I'm so broke I could, or I hate being broke, I'm always. You ain't never gonna hear me say that again. I promise you. From now on, I'm your rich best friend who does lives every day. Honest. Anyway, so thank you so much for listening to me. I'm going to come back soon. And by soon, I mean tomorrow. And I'm going to continue the conversation around my Christian journey, Jalo Jalo. And thank you so much for staying consistent with me and enjoying these lives. And feel free to, when I am on here, to join me in the live chat or send me or send or write a comment in the comment section and I will respond. Bye bye.